Hey, what's up guys? It's Scarce here, and today, boy, have we got what you want. Let's just get straight into it. A hedge or a hedgerow is a line of closely spaced shrubs and tree species planted and trained to form a barrier or to mark a boundary of an area, such as between neighbouring properties. Hedges used to separate roads from adjoining fields or one field from another and of sufficient age to incorporate larger trees are known as hedgerows. Often they serve as windbreaks to improve conditions for adjacent crops. When clipped and maintained, hedges are also a simple form of topography. Let's look at the history. The development of hedges over the centuries is preserved in their structure. The first hedges enclosed land for cereal crops during the Neolithic age, between 4,000 and 6,000 years ago. The farms were about 5 to 10 hectares, 12 to 25 acres, with fields about 0.1 hectares and 0.25 acres. For hand cultivation, some hedges date from the Bronze and Iron Ages, 2,000 to 4,000 years ago, when traditional patterns of landscapes became established. Others were built during the medieval field rationalizations. More originated in the industrial boom of the 18th and 19th centuries, when heaths and uplands were enclosed. Now, let's just apply this to our gardens with the world's greatest hedges. The 19th century Great Hedge of India was probably the largest example of a hedge used as a barrier. It was planted and used to collect taxes by the British. The willow palisade, constructed during the early Qing dynasty 17th century to control people movement and to collect taxes on a Gingsi and timber in the south mitochondria, have also had hedge-like features. The palisade include two dikes and a moat between them. The dikes, topped by rose and willow trees, tied to one another by their branches, gradually decaying throughout the late 18th and 19th centuries. The palisade disappeared in the early 20th century, in remaining willows cut during the Russo-Japanese War of 1904 by the two countries' soldiers. Now let's just have a look at the Russo-Japanese War real quick. This is really what you want to get, the nitty-gritty stuff. If you want a good hedge in your garden, you need to know about the Russo-Japanese War. Okay, so the Russo-Japanese War was fought between the Russian Empire and the Empire of Japan over rival imperial ambitions of Manchuria and Korea. The major threats of operations were Lee-Dong-ga and Peninsula and Mekong in south of mitochondria and the seas around Korea, Japan, and the Yellow Sea. Russia sought a warm water port on the Pacific Ocean for a navy or maritime trade. Vladivostok was operational only during the summer, where Port Arthur, a naval base in Liaodong province leased to Russia by China, was first operational all year. Since the end of the First Sino-Japanese War in 1895, Japan feared Russian encroachment on the sphere of influence. Russia had discriminated an expansion policy in the Siberian Far East from the reign of Ivan the Terrible in the 16th century. So, from that, we can gather that in order to hedge your garden, you got to cut it hard, you got to cut it fast. And I'm hoping today this video helps with hedging your garden. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and Scarce is always with you. Goodbye.